Hi, this is Stephen here from Sound of an Ocean Wave, and this is day 29 of the October Daily Draws. So let's see what message we get today. Now, unfortunately, I've already recorded this, and somehow the recording accidentally got deleted. So rather than start afresh and get a different card or whatever, I'm going to stick with the cards that I drew in the original video and just go through more or less a summary of what I said. So normally you'll see me draw the cards, but of course, you won't, because I've already drawn them because in the original video. So I apologize for that. I don't know how it happened somehow, and I went to to upload and everything, and the I couldn't find the recording that I made of the reading. So we're starting again, but these are the cards. So first card from the Ghost Tarot, as usual, and it was the Hermit card. And this is about connecting with ourselves and being able to listen to that still small voice within us, that intuitive voice that we talked about when we had the High Priestess card the other day. And this is about getting free from distraction and noise. And there's so many voices around us, noises around us, influences around us, the hustle and bustle of daily life. And it's important for us, and sometimes in the midst of that we can lose touch with ourselves and that inner voice. They get drowned out. It gets drowned out. We can't hear it clearly because the other things get in the way. So that's why it's useful from time to time, not permanently, to draw aside and have a hermit moment, as I call them, and as I say, to momentarily disconnect from all of that. And by whatever means that we find works for us, get the time, the space, and enough quietness to listen to that inner voice, to get the illumination, the guidance we need to shine on the way ahead for us, to show us the way to go, for us to get the things we need to move forward. So it could be just as simple. It doesn't have to be some long sort of marathon meditation session for an hour or 2 hours or whatever, sat in a particular place, in a particular position, chanting particular words. If you want to go through that kind of thing, if that works for you and you have the opportunity and that's what works for you, then by all means go ahead. But it doesn't have to be that. Is what I'm saying here. It doesn't have to be that. It could be just simply going for a 5-10 minute walk or whatever, however length that you can manage and enjoy. Go for a walk in the woods, by the river, by the sea, whatever it may be. Even if you've got a kind of garden that gives you that quietness, if it's far enough away from the noise, go down to the garden. Now, this time of year, where if it getting too cold, wrap up and go for a walk if possible. Go somewhere. At the very least, go somewhere where you can disconnect from all the noise and disruption around you. You may not be able to totally disconnect from it because, with the way modern life is, there's always something going on around us. But as far as is possible, disconnect from that and reconnect with yourself and let your inner voice speak to you, and just don't try and force anything. And you don't even necessarily have to. I mean, if it works for you that you keep the situation that you want guidance on, or the general sort of issue at hand, and you keep that in your mind as you're going to this place and listening for a response. But I think our inner voice is already trying to contact us. It knows what the situation is. So we don't need to be telling it. We don't need to be forcing the issue. I think the most effective way is to do something where you relax from that you don't force anything, and then you allow it to come. You begin to perceive it then naturally. It comes to you naturally, and yes, you have to be alert for it, but we're not forcing the issue. We're not demanding an answer to a particular thing. We're just letting our inner selves, we're trying to tune into that to hear what it's already saying. And, the point is, it will be already saying something. And we kind of know it's saying something, but we don't quite get a finger on it because of all the disruptions and distractions around us, which is why the hermit moment is going to be useful for us. So maybe that's what the hermit card is saying to us, to get the clarity. We've been talking about clarity, particularly yesterday with the King of Swords. So, and that's one of the month ahead spirit cards. And it seems to be, but the getting mental clarity seems to be the great theme of the month. So that's what the hermit would suggest to us. Okay, so from the Oracle deck, the Seasons of the Witch Silent Oracle, I drew the Transformation card. So this is about transforming to me our inner state, and she's holding almost like a swirling storm in her hand. She's getting control instead of the storm surrounding her and having control of her and having disruption. She's shrunk it down to she can hold it in her hand. She's got control over it. It doesn't. So you may not be able to, as I say, completely quieten down the storm of noise and disruption around you, but you can do it enough where you can hold it away from you enough to be able to get the understanding you need from that small voice within you. Like 1,000 storms held in hands, soft against the winds, there is change arising from deep within. The change comes from within you, and it will be from that illumination you get from connecting with that inner voice. So allow that to transform you and the situation by connecting with your own guidance within you, that voice that's telling you what you need to do. You just need to get that clarity that you need. It's another way to get the clarity that we need to move forward, and that will change you, and thereby, as an extension, will begin to change the situation. So that's what I believe the card is saying. Take the time. It doesn't have to be long. Sometimes we have busy days. We don't have a great deal of time and space to be able to do things like this, but it's important to make whatever time we can and to be able to remove ourselves to whatever degree that we can to get this guidance. And that is today's message. So that's today's message. I'll be back tomorrow with day 30. Hopefully with a normal video. I won't lose the original. Until then, thank you for listening. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye-bye.